hygiene has been recognized since early times. Professional disciplines known as industrial hygiene focus on preserving workplace safety and health. Industrial hygienists are in charge of anticipating, recognizing, evaluating, preventing, and controlling workplace risks and other environmental elements that could adversely affect the health and safety of employees or other people in the workplace. Employees could be exposed to danger, costs may rise, and productivity may be affected by workplace health hazards. In order to reduce and prevent health risks, government authorities in charge of workplace regulation demands that specific safety standards be followed. An industrial hygiene program may include checking the working environments for the presence of air contaminants or other toxic. Monitoring the health of the workforce is crucial as well. Industrial hygiene encompasses regular evaluations of employee health as well as monitoring of reported accident and illness.
This can be classified as a physical hazard. This problem is very serious if not taken seriously by the employer. Employees always complain about the noise in the workplace, so then the employer must do something to solve this problem. Disruption will give a negative impact on employee productivity. Among the noise disturbances that workers often face are the noise of patients from outside. That is too loud, preceded by cars, motorbikes, lorries, even trains fly at work that disrupt workers from continuing their work, construction work, and many more. Ergonomics.com article. Worker complaints about noise nuisance must come involving person, worker, and job. PBT received many complaints on harassment issues involving foreign workers. Article from Siti Nursara Muhammad 1, Farida Naim School of Health Science, Healthy Health Campus, University Science of Asia, says that hearing loss among workers are increased because of noise exposure. The National Center of Construction Education and Research (NCCER) told that excessively high noise levels are dangerous, causing ear damage and other health concerns. Safety measures need to be planned in order to control and reduce accidents at work. This way, employees feel safe and comfortable doing their job perfectly.
I want to talk about the reason for articles that we choose. The first article is talk about complaint about flight and noise nuisances, most commonly involving foreign workers in Johor. PBT received many complaints on harassment issue involving foreign workers. The division worked closely with the Johor Labour Department to address issue involving foreign workers in living under influence of alcohol and drugs. Safety and health are limited to employees whether they go to or return from work without any interruption, because there is something the employer need to ensure and priorities in looking after the welfare of their employees. The second article talk about the noise exposure and perceived hearing symptom of mental fabrication workers in the heating, ventilating, and air conditioning manufacturing industry. Noise exposure and associated factor of hearing loss symptoms. Exposure to occupation noise in metal working industry are unavoidable. The study also claimed that workers with this range of noise level cause workers to shortwave communication with each other. In this study, driving forklift, fitting, sharing, and grading activity record the highest noise levels. The fitting activities produce a high level of noise when the hard and reflected surface contact with other metal. The third article talk about when noise become a health hazard on construction site, with everything from crane to concrete trucks, routing the landscape. Construction sites are inherently noisy. Once things reach a certain volume, the noise can become dangerous. Nearly everything on a construction site can generate potentially dangerous noise level. A jackhammer, often used for breaking through concrete and stone, generate 100 dBA of noise. a chainsaw clocked in at 110 dBA and a hammer drill at 115 dBA. Outside a construction site, those levels fall somewhere between the noise generated by a snowblower thunderclap. For employers concerned about the noise level and hearing health, what can they do to create safe work site? Start by understanding all the risks employees might encounter on the job, from hearing loss to OSHA factor 4 and everything in between. With that information in hand, make it educate decision on keeping team members safe is easier. Provide education and training on hearing health and noise safety for all employees.
And I will explain about rules and entry. Noise originates from a vibrating body, and both noise and vibration have similar physics as they are transmitted as wave through a medium. In the case of noise, the medium is usually from air. Knowledge of units of measurement such as hertz and decibels, together with some understanding of the physics of wave, including frequency, wavelength, amplitude and reflection, absorption and transmission, is important in understanding the behavior of noise and vibration, and so the development of control. The pressure changes are detected by the eardrum, which vibrate in response. In the inner ear, tiny hair cells convert the vibration into electrical pulses that are sent to the brain. The brain is then able to process these electrical pulses into meaningful sound. A primary indicator that noise may be hazardous to hearing is when a person has to raise their voice to talk to someone who is about an arm's length away in a noisy workplace. Despite different health impact, noise and vibration hazard have similar sources, behave similarly, and from a prevention and engineering perspective, the controls are similar. Effects to human. There are many effects of loud noises that can affect us. One of them is hearing loss. Experts say hearing damage can occur from any noise level higher than 85 decibels, which is comparable to heavy traffic. Short-term exposure to loud noise can also cause a temporary change in hearing, which is your ears may feel stuffed up, or a ringing in your ears, which is tinnitus. These short-term problems may go away within a few minutes or hours after leaving the noise. However, repeated exposure to loud noise can lead to permanent tinnitus or hearing loss. Reaching higher into the registries, noises in the 150 decibels are enough to burst eardrums. Between 180 until 200 decibels is loud enough to cause death. Continuous noise exposure may affect the communication and lead to social isolation with families, friends, and co-workers. Other than that, loud noises can create physical and psychological stress. Continuous exposure to sound of 90 decibels or above has been proven to have effect on sleep quality, in addition to the auditory effect of excessive noise exposure, which can have a significant influence of work performance and workplace safety. There have also been instances in which prolonged exposure to noise has harmed cardiovascular health, leading to an increase in hypertension and cardiovascular disease diagnosis.
The first fact is Dodge statistic on case of occupational noise-related hearing disorder from 2013 to 2019. The fact that Malaysian construction workers are exposed to the dangerous noise level and suffer serious hearing loss. The graph demonstrates that the trend in reported instances is steadily rising every year. The number of instances reported to Dodge and the number of cases that were confirmed as a result of Dodge investigation. The second fact is reported occupational disease and poisoning statistic for 2019. Workplace hearing loss ranked highest in Malaysia. Almost 16% of the 1,612 cases in 2019 were cases of hearing loss. Workers who are exposed to noise at work for a long period of time and do not use personal protective equipment (PPE) properly are easily prone to health problems. The last fact is accident of hearing loss by time period and industry sector for 1986 until 2010. According to the current study, causes of hearing loss is different sector were 7% of individuals, 3.7% in each right and left ear, and 23.7% of participants had unilateral hearing loss. According to the present data, bilateral hearing loss is less common than hair cell damage that could be irreversible and result in permanent hearing loss.
Possible control measure. Sound can be preset by vibration-induced noises produced by mechanical shocks and friction between parts, hammering, freezing, running gears, bearings, cutting tools, cart and hoppers. Hierarchy of hazard control is a system used in industry to minimize or eliminate exposure to hazards. There are 7 hierarchy of controls that can use to minimize the effect of health hazard, which is elimination, substation, engineering controls, administrative control, and personal protective equipment. In this case, the best step in controlling and reducing distraction and being able to ensure employee health is eliminating. For example, change the work process to stop using toxic chemicals, heavy objects, or sharp tools. Using chemicals in the workplace poses a risk to workers' health if not handled properly. The use of machinery that produce loud noise also needs to be removed from the workplace and replaced using other methods and quicker ways. This eliminating method is the most effective to be used in a company, especially to take care of the welfare and comfort of their employees in producing a good work result. We strongly agree that eliminating is the most effective in the system hierarchy of hazard controls and is able to solve the distraction in the workplace.
Physical hazard are factor of condition within the environment that can harm your health. Physical hazard are hazard that result from energy and matter and the interrelationship between the two. Physical hazard are include exposure to sleep, trip, falls, electricity, noise, vibration, radiation, heat, cold, and fire. The following table summarize the sources of physical hazard, exposure, and their health effects. Why noise is a hazard? Because exposure to loud noise kills the nerve ending in our inner ears. More exposure will result in more dead nerve ending. The result is permanent hearing loss that can be corrected through surgery and medicines. However, repeat exposure, loud noise can lead to permanent tinnitus or hearing loss.
Avoiding excessively loud noises will help keep your ears healthy and well functioning for as long as possible. Due to the sensitivity of the ear and the intricacy of the auditory system, it's vital to be able to address and mitigate dangerously loud noises in the workplace.